Have you ever felt like you were losing touch with who you are, especially around certain family members? You might not even notice it at first. It starts with small comments, jokes that don't quite feel like jokes, or advice that makes you second-guess your every step. This is not just family drama. This is a deliberate dark psychology tactic called identity erosion. It is subtle, it is long-term, and it is dangerous. In many families, especially extended ones where uncles, cousins, and in-laws mingle often, there exists unspoken competition. When one branch of the family does better, financially, socially, or intellectually, others who feel left behind or insecure may engage in manipulative tactics to bring them down. It might be jealousy, it might be resentment, but the goal is simple: weaken your identity so you no longer shine. Let's break down how this identity erosion works. It begins with minimization. Your success is never acknowledged outright. If you get a promotion, it's because you were lucky, not capable. If your kids are doing well, it's because you're strict, not nurturing. These subtle statements are designed to prevent you from feeling proud of your achievements, and often they're said with a smile or laughter to deflect any confrontation. Next comes mockery and sarcasm. It can sound like, "Oh, look who thinks she's a businesswoman now," or "Mr. Perfect is here with his polished manners." Over time, these digs can make you feel ashamed of what makes you special. You start toning yourself down just to avoid being mocked. You become quieter, you shrink. Now here's the more dangerous step: creating self-doubt. These family members might say things like, "Are you sure this is the right path for you?" Or, "I've seen people do what you're doing and end up with nothing." They plant seeds of doubt, and because they're family, you listen. That trust becomes a weapon. Then, they work to isolate you. They whisper things to others, subtly turning relatives against you. You might notice people are colder, less responsive, less supportive. You don't know why, but suddenly your support system within the family starts crumbling. You feel alone, and in that loneliness, the final erosion begins. You stop talking about your goals. You become apologetic about your passions. You stay quiet during family gatherings. You avoid attention. And worst of all, you start believing that you are somehow wrong for being who you are. This is how families get broken from the inside. Not through open arguments, but through silent warfare. Psychological warfare. Now, if you're watching this and something about this feels familiar, I want to gently ask you to stay connected to this channel. There are many subtle tactics like this that are rarely spoken about. By staying informed, you protect yourself and those you love. So, what can you do? 1. Reaffirm your identity daily. Write down what makes you proud. Celebrate your wins, even the small ones. When someone tries to make you feel small, remember, their words come from their insecurity, not your reality. 2. Set boundaries. If someone repeatedly mocks or belittles you, limit your exposure. You don't owe access to anyone who damages your self-worth, even if they're family. 3. Build your own support circle. Create bonds with people who uplift you. Whether they are friends, mentors, or even an online community, keep that circle sacred. 4. Speak up calmly and clearly. Call out the behavior when necessary, not with anger, but with clarity. I'd prefer if you didn't say that about my work. It matters to me. This sets a tone that you're not easily swayed, and if you've made it this far, I'd like to gently invite you to be a part of this growing space where we talk openly about things that others shy away from. Subscribe not just for content, but to stay empowered. Drop a comment below, share your experience, because when you speak, others feel seen too. And in this space, every voice matters. Back to the core idea, identity erosion isn't a one-time act, it's a strategy. It's a game played in silence by people who feel they are losing in comparison. And instead of rising, they pull others down. You might see this especially from younger uncles, or cousins who wanted to outshine but couldn't. Maybe your family was more educated or more stable or more respected, and that became a target. What they couldn't achieve, they tried to destroy. Not directly, not openly, but through words, impressions, whispers, and exclusion. It's heartbreaking, because it destroys what families are meant to be, a place of belonging, not betrayal. If you've experienced this, you are not alone, and you are not weak. Recognizing this tactic is the first step to reclaiming your self-worth. We can talk about it here, without shame, without fear. Let this platform be a space for that. A refuge, a reminder, and a resource. Stay connected. It will benefit you. The more we speak about these hidden tricks, the more we disarm them. The more we learn, the more we protect. And if there's someone in your circle who needs to hear this, please share this with them. It might help them see what they couldn't name, because the tactic only works as long as it stays hidden. You are not too sensitive, you are not overthinking, you are seeing what many ignore. That takes strength. This space is for the strong. Stay with us, subscribe to stay empowered, comment to connect. And never dim your light just because it makes others uncomfortable. You were never meant to shrink, you were meant to rise.